Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Bragi, the son of Magnar, and yes, I am a Viking. I'm a storyteller, and today I am here to tell you a story, a fairy tale. Now the other day I was sitting down with Egil and we was talking, and he told me about a lovely meal, some lovely dinner he had on a Sunday of roast pork with apple sauce and crackling, and this reminded me of a fairy tale my mother told me when I was a child growing up. And this story, this fairy tale, is an English fairy tale called The Three Little Pigs, and it's a fairy tale we all know and love. Now, once upon a time, in Angleland, the home of the Saxons, and later the Vikings, there lived a mother pig, and she lived on a small farmstead in Mercia in the Midlands, and she had not long given birth to 3 little piglets. And some time had passed, and these little piglets were starting to grow up, and pretty soon more time went past, and the 3 little piggies wanted to leave home. You can understand that. They wanted to go and build their own home. And so in the morning, on one summer's day, the 3 pigs set off. But before they did, their mother pig gave them some silver coin in a purse or a pouch, and she gave them a shoulder bag with some cheese and bread for the way. And some time had passed, a couple of hours. It had not long been dawn, and the sun was rising in the sky. And the first of the 3 piggies, well, he saw a farmstead, and he said, "Whoa, I would quite like to live there." And so he walked up an old roadway to the farmstead, and he knocked on the door. And an old farmer opened the door. "What do you want?" "I want to live on your land and build a house. "Oh, that will cost you a couple of silver coin. And I suppose you'll be wanting some materials." And the little pig replied, "Oh, yes, I would like to build my house out of straw." And so, after the little pig handed over a couple of silver coin to the farmer agreed to supply some straw. And not long, bought a load of straw on a horse and cart and gave it to the piglet. And so the piglet started to build a house of straw. And eventually that day, he finished building. He had a nice straw floor with a little hearth in the middle, and it had a little roof of straw and an old wooden doorway, solid doorway, and he was very happy, and he had a lovely bed. After all, at the end of the day, we all desire a nice bed. And so the first little piglet thought he was happy, but unknowing to him, a nasty wolf was watching, had seen the piglet build a house. And the wolf knew that he could eat him for his dinner. And so the wolf went up, he knocked on the door. "Oi, let me in. I want to eat you." And the little piglet replied, "Whoa, not on the hairs on my chinny chin will you eat me." And the wolf replied, "I will huff, and I will puff, and I will blow your house down." And so, with one mighty gulp of air, the wolf sucked in and suddenly blew. A massive gust of air came out of his lungs, and the straw house fell down, and in the middle of the floor, shivering and scared, was the little piggy. Oh, I'm scared! And then suddenly the wolf said, I'm going to eat you now, and ate the little piglet. And some time went past. The wolf was sitting on a rock outside of this ruin of this house. Oh, that was a lovely meal. I love to eat pig. And just then, a little rabbit came past. And he said, hey up mate, there's another piglet down the road living in a house. Why, thank you, I'm far too full up to eat and chase you, little rabbit. So I will go and look for this other piglet. And so this is what he did. But unknowing to the wolf, the second piglet had been walking a bit further along the road and came to another farmstead where he found a farmer fixing a fence with a big mallet. And he said to him, knocked on the post of the fence, Oi, hello, I'm a nice little piglet and I want to live on your land. Here's a couple of silver coin if you could provide some sticks. And the farmer, he was a greedy man. He saw the opportunity here to make some silver. And he said, all right, you can have some sticks. I'll bring it round in half an hour. So some time went past. The sun lowered a little bit further. And the farmer did what he said. He came round with an old horse and a knackered old cart with a load of twigs on it. He just got up from the wood. And the little piglet was very happy. Why, that's brilliant! Loads of sticks! I love sticks! And gave him the coin and immediately started to build a house out of sticks. And he'd been working all day. He made this lovely, lovely round house. He wove stick in and he wove stick out. And he even managed to find some clay and put some clay on the walls so it was solid and the wind stayed out. And he had a nice roof, and he made a little hearth in the centre where he made a fire. And he even managed to make a little bed out of some straw the farmer gave him. And, well, the house faced south. It was a very sunny front of the house, and it had a nice old door, and the little piglet, he felt safe in this house. Oh, I'm safe. What a lovely house. And, you know, he got a sign, hung it on the wall, home sweet home, and he was very happy. But unknowing to the little piglet, the big, nasty wolf had been spying on him, had found where he'd lived. And then suddenly, there was a knocking on the door, 3 mighty raps. And the little pig said, who's that at the door? Why, it is me, cried the nasty wolf, and I have come to eat you like I ate your brother earlier. And the little pig, well, he replied, well, you're not coming in, not on the chairs on my chinny chin chin, will I let you in? And he quickly bolted the door, and he got a bit of wood and he fastened a bit of wood against it, and he felt quite secure, for he thought he had made a nice house. But then the wolf, he took in a massive gulp of air, and he breathed out, and suddenly all the sticks on the house fell into a circled pattern, and alone in the middle was the little piglet, scared and hugging himself and shivering. And the wolf said, I am going to eat you up. And he did. And he had the wolf for his dinner, and he even broke the bones and sucked out the marrow. What a mighty meal that was. But I have room for another piglet yet today. And again he found a log, and he sat down to think and contemplate life. "Oh, I'm doing very well. Got to eat 2 piggies. I love to eat piglets." And then a raven flew by and landed on the floor. And the wolf looked at this raven and for a minute thought dinner. But then the raven spoke these words. "Oi, mister, there's another piglet up the road on that hill." "Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Raven, and I won't eat you today, but you better fly off." And so quickly the raven flew off. And the wolf continued to walk, looking for the 3rd piglet. But unknowing to the wolf, the 3rd piglet had been walking. It was late morning, and he came to a very nice farm on a hill. And he walked up to the long house, the farmstead, and again he knocked twice on the door, and the farmer opened the door. Hey up, mate, I'm a farmer around here. What do you want? What do you want?" He was a bit excited, this farmer, clearly been drinking too much mead that day and having too much honey. "I'm a little piglet and I want to live on your land. Here's a couple of silver coin if you let me use that old quarry and dig out some stone to build a nice stone home." And the man said, "All right, mate, that's good. I like that. Give us your coin." And again he gave him his coin, and he even said, "I'll tell you what, I'll come give you a hand and get some rocks out." All right, so there we went. The little piglet and the farmer. They went to a little quarry on the farm, got a load of stone, and then the farmer went and got a horse and cart. Stones are very heavy, you know, especially big ones. And then, you know, he got the stones on the back, and the little pig was lifting stones on the back, and the farmer was lifting the stones. And eventually he took him to where the piglet was going to build. And all day the piglet built a nice strong wall, a nice square house, and it had a roof of slate. Very posh, and a very nice wooden door. But after he settled in, with a nice mud floor and a nice hearth and lit a fire, and made his bed, not knowing to the piglet, he too was being spied on. And we all know, ladies and gentlemen, children, who was spying on him but the big, nasty wolf. "Oh!" he went. And the piglet heard that and was a bit scared. Oh, it was a wolf. But then he felt quite secure because he knew he had built a fine house, a good home. And then suddenly there was a knocking on the door, and the piglet went, "Who's that at my door?" And the wolf said, "Why, it is me, the big, nasty wolf, the eater of piglets. And I am hungry, and I am not long at your 2 brothers, and now I am going to eat you." "Well, not for the hairs on my chinny chin chin," the little piglet replied. "Am I going to let you in?" And then the wolf spoke these words. "Why, little piglet, I'm going to huff, and I'm going to puff, and I'm going to blow your house down." And so he did this. He took a mighty breath in, and then he blew out. But no matter how many times he tried to blow down the house, it did not fall, for the piglet had built too strong a house. And on this day, sadly, the wolf did not get to eat the piglet, and the piglet won. And for now, that is the end of this tale, and I do hope you enjoyed it. Now, at some point, because there are various versions of this tale, and I've told the more traditional straight version of the tale, but in others there's a different ending, and I will at some point record them too. So for now, it is Bragi saying goodbye. Ik thank thee. I thank you for watching. And please, if you're new, go and leave a comment and subscribe. We do love your comments on this channel. And until the next time we meet again, whether it's a historical video or a vlog or a folk tale, I wish you good luck and good health. Was hail. Thank you for watching.